Hi, this is Yvonne Wade Sanchez, and I'm with the League of Women Voters Fort Bend. Our league would like to do a series of educational videos where we go over the different types of information that are available on our Fort Bend County Voter Administration website, which is an excellent website. This episode we're calling Episode 1, Early Voting. So we're specifically going to talk about early voting, or we're going to limit the conversation so we can keep these videos short. If you were unaware, the League of Women Voters Texas actually does an evaluation of all the county websites, or not all, but all the Texas county websites. Here's a copy of the report. I'll put the link to this report below the YouTube video so you can find it later. I'm going to type Fort Bend County, which I already did, so that we can go to the section of the report. Let's try that again. To the section of the report where the Fort Bend County website is listed. Here it is right here, and I think you'll be very pleased to see that the Fort Bend County website received a score from the League of Women Voters of 5, perfect. And that's in the category of the Excellence Award. So only 33 out of the 234 counties received a score that high, or the Excellence Award. And so that's about 14% of the county websites. And I think the next lower award was honorable mention. So about 66%, or I'm sorry, 42%, or 66 out of the 234 county websites received an honorable mention score. So that's 4, very good. So you should be very pleased with Fort Bend County. They're doing an excellent job with their website. So let's go back here. What Fort Bend County has done, and this is similar to Harris County, by the way, they have created a short code. There's a long URL that you can enter to get to the Fort Bend County Voter Administration website, but they also created this nice little short code that's easy to remember. So if I go here, actually I'm going to show you how to get there. If you are, just go to Google. You can enter it here and then click this link. Another way that I like to do it is I just simply put it in the URL bar or the address bar and click enter. It takes you directly there. So again, we're going to specifically talk about early voting. So see here, I'm hovering over early voting information. I'm going to expand that. You'll notice currently the counties, I think, administering or working on 2 different elections. There's a May 5th local election. So those are the city, school, MUD, ESD, LID election. So those are the local elections. They're also preparing for the primary runoff that's going to happen on May 22nd. But let's just specifically talk about the May 5th local elections. So I'm going to click that link. And this will be the same type of information you'll see for the May 22nd primary election and any of the elections that they're going to host or sponsor or handle. So the first thing you'll see is the early voting schedule. So if I click on that, it's a PDF. This is showing me all of the early voting locations. This is, again, specifically for early voting. So you can see Beasley City Hall. It'll just list them like Irene Stern, that's in Fulshire. It'll give you the time. So this is Monday through Friday, April 23rd through 26th. This location is open from 8 to 5. Again, Saturday, it'll give you the time. Sunday, these locations are closed. And you'll notice that they're divided out because there's different times depending on the locations. The facilities will determine how the facility is used determines how late they can be open. So you'll notice here this Chasewood Clubhouse location was actually open on Sunday. I think it was the only location that was open on Sunday. And then, of course, all the locations on the last 2 days of early voting, Monday and Tuesday, April 30th through May 1st, will be open until 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay? And just so you know, Fort Bend, and many of you probably already know this, in Fort Bend you can vote anywhere. And normally in other counties during early voting you can vote at these voting centers or you can vote anywhere. But in Fort Bend, this applies to early voting and to election day voting. We can vote anywhere, anywhere as in any open polling location. So you don't have to go to the one specific to your precinct, which is a little different from some of the other counties. So that's good to know as well. So let's go back to the website. So some of the other information that you can see are the entities that are participating. This again is this joint local election, because a lot of people don't know like what elections are going on. Say, hey, there's this May 5th election. What does that mean? They know what a primary is. They know what a general election is. But what is this local election, or who's participating in this May 5th local election? Well, the county supplied you with a list of entities that are participating in the election. So all the cities, all the ESDs, emergency service districts, the MUDs, the LIDs, all of that lovely stuff. So that's all here. So if you weren't sure, you could again go to the website and go to the website and pull that information. So the next things, we talked about the schedule, we talked about the entities participating. You can also look at a Google map, and it'll show you the locations in Fort Bend County where, again, you can early vote. This was at Irene Stern location in Fulshear. I think if you hover over, it gives you the name. Yes, okay, so excellent. So again, good to know. So if you need to find your location, then there's that Google map. Again, the way that we got here was under this tab for early voting. So also, one of the things that you want to do is you want to pull your sample ballot for every election. And to pull your sample ballot, you're going to need to know what your precinct is. And we'll go over how to find your precinct in another video. But I know that my precinct happens to be here 3149. So here is the sample ballot for the election in my area. I can take this information before the election, right, because this is provided all before the election, and I can go research these candidates. And one of the good things about viewing your sample ballot and definitely printing your sample ballot is that you can mark up or write on here who you choose. And you can take this sample ballot into the polls with you. You can't take your phone currently, but you can take this sample ballot that you've marked up. Okay, so that again is some information about early voting and what you can find. So again, just the 4 things we saw. This is for the May 5th election. The schedule for early voting, the entities participating in early voting, a Google map of the locations, and also your sample ballot. All very important information that you're going to need to know. So again, this is the League of Women Voters Fort Bend. This is our episode 1 early voting information. And if you need to contact us, we do have a Facebook page, a League of Women Voters Fort Bend. You can follow us on Twitter. You obviously found this video, so you know about our YouTube. And we do have a website where you can become a member. We are a league at large, which means if you become a member, you're really becoming a member of League of Women Voters Texas. And we at Fort Bend will support you or provide information specific to the county. So thank you so much. I hope this was informational, and I hope if you have any questions, you'll give us a call or contact us through one of our social media avenues. Thank you.